Grand Rising, Grand Rising. This is Sean Speaks, and I just wanted to jump on real quick. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I had a few thoughts I wanted to share. Um, we've had a couple of celebrities in the media that just seem to be just ranting about a bunch of nonsense, right? Kanye, only thing I can say to Kanye is, hey, don't throw our heroes under the bus, right? Keep Harriett Tubman's name out your mouth. Say what you want to say, but keep Harriett Tubman's name out your mouth. Because if we don't fight for our own history, if we don't uplift and praise our own people, we can't expect for others to do so. And if we start throwing our other people under the bus, our heroes under the bus, then we can't expect for anybody else to praise them. We have to be the ones that praise them. So just keep her name out of your mouth. If your whole point is to say that, hey, we're better than being just employees for other people, okay, then just say that. You don't have to make that connection with Harriett Tubman. What she wanted is for us to find freedom, right? And freedom is a sense of being able to do what you want to do. So if you want to work for somebody, go work for somebody. Nothing's wrong with it, right? Working for yourself ain't all that anyway. Just depends upon the type of person that you are. Depends upon what it is out of life you want. But anyway, enough of Kanye. Nick Cannon. I tell you, I watched your interview with Professor Griff, and let me say, I thought that it was a great interview. I really did. And I thought that it was an interview that uplifted Black Americans, really. And the fact that Jewish people or people who want to claim to be Semitic people, who, to me, I don't understand that whole anti-Semitic position when you say a Black person being anti-Semitic. But anyway, that's another conversation. It's amazing how they made that conversation about them, and we bought into it, to the point that you apologize for an interview where you uplifted your people. Because in actuality, that's what you did. You uplifted us and encouraged us to stand on our own, to believe in ourselves, even to the point of believing ourselves as God of our own lives. And then you walked that shit back because a rabbi told you something in a 24-hour period that unlearned all the things that you had learned. Just like you, I'm sure, just like me, I'm sure what happened to you is that you started to learn history that your formal public educational system didn't teach you. And you started to learn history that made you say, wait a minute, that caused you to have more pride in yourself, that caused you to believe in yourself a little bit more, that caused you to know that, wait a minute, we're more than just children of slaves, that we're more than that, and we can be more than that, right? But it requires for us to believe in ourselves. And instead of you just saying, hey, I'm on a quest of learning my true history, right? It doesn't matter what your history is if I don't know what my history is. And me knowing and me learning my history isn't a disrespect to your history. And by you apologizing, Nick Cannon, what you essentially did is you said, hey, your history is more important than mine. And it's not, right? It's literally like comparing apples and oranges. First, right? What happened to them is what happened to them. But what happened to us is what happened to us. The difference is they know their history, right? They know their history. Nobody was really hiding the history from them. And even to the extent that the history was hidden, they found it, which is what we're trying to do. And so to me, to apologize for being on a quest of knowing thyself and knowing thy people, it was just a disrespect. It was a disrespect to all of our Black historians, to Francis Cress Welsing, to John Jackson, to John Henry Clark, people who spent their lives trying to elevate us as Black people. Many of us didn't even know who they were until they had died. Many of us who did know who they were probably thought that they were extreme or militant, and we disregarded them while they were alive, right? We didn't give them their roses while they were alive, but I want to give them their roses now. And to me, for you in a 24, 48-hour period to dismiss all of the learning that you had experienced through reading Francis Cress Welson's The ISIS Papers, reading John Henry Clark's information, reading John Jackson's books, for you to dismiss that because a rabbi told you something different about their history, to me, that's a total disrespect. And we have to stop being so disrespectful of our own history for other people's history, right? Because to understand our own history is not a disrespect of other people's history. To feel pride in ourselves is not a disrespect of other people. It's feeling pride in ourselves. So what you should have said is that, to whatever extent what I said offended you, it wasn't about you. It was about me learning about my people and about myself and uplifting my people. And for that, I really can't be sorry. I'm sorry that you were offended, but I'm sorry, but not sorry. It's the way that apology should have gone, because it wasn't about them. And anybody who actually really watched the interview would know that there was nothing on that interview that was said that needed apologizing for, because the majority of that interview was about uplifting Black people and encouraging Black people to believe in themselves and to believe that we can live in a world where we have a footprint that we created, a footprint that we orchestrated and designed. And to me, that's what that interview was about. And lastly, I love you, Tamar. I hope that whatever you're going through, that you find some peace with it, because there's so much more life to have. There's so much more of you to share. And so I hope that you work whatever it is out that you have that you need to work out. And I want to send a shout out to all of the spotlight vendors for the month. Dawning Day Creations. Go check her out at dawningdaycreations.com. And then E-Baby Beauty. Definitely get on her notified list. And also make sure when you get a chance, go to the Backyard Boil House in Houston, if you're in the Houston area. Ashe. All right, Juneteenth family. Y'all have a happy Tuesday.